What happens when you let enfant terrible, now just terrible, Daniel Nardicio off his leash to say and do whatever he wants? The man who has offended everyone is back.
Along with my brother from another mother, Adam Klesh, we're back with our latest creation, Trigger Warning, a podcast that is not for the faint of heart.
Prepare to be offended, enlightened, and highly entertained.
Trigger Warning is not a safe space podcast, but answers the questions no one wants to ask. Served steep in vodka and a dash of bitter.
Each week, we'll bring you the highest and lowest in NYC nightlife.
So buckle up. You've been warned. You're back here at Trigger Warning. My name is Daniel Nardicio.
And I'm Adam Klesh.
And we're here, and it's, we're leaving for Mexico tomorrow morning.
We are leaving for Mexico tomorrow morning.
I know, I'm so excited, right?
I haven't packed a fucking thing.
But you're going to a nude beach?
I am going to a nude beach.
And we know how you love to be naked.
Absolutely.
So basically,
every time I try to get dressed, you tear my bathing suit off.
Oh, please. We are known as Dos Hermanos Colgados down in Mexico, which is going to be our tequila brand or mezcal brand when we get that going. But
for our non-Spanish speaking friends, that's two hung brothers.
But you know what? Once I realized that it wasn't that actually. It's actually two hanged brothers that were hanged. Yeah. There's a whole story behind that, which you'll see once you see our brand, which it eventually will.
It's like when people
out.
were like, they told us about that story in the news because there were two Mexican like outlaw brothers that were actually hanged and they were like wrongfully accused and all this other stuff. They're like, do you worry about appropriation? And I said, do you think Daniel and I ever worry about appropriation?
Why would we even know that?
I don't know.
People assume that you just know shit, that you're like, I don't know that.
Yeah, and I ended up looking it up, and first of all, it's like the, I love your mic stand.
Yeah.
It's like the seventh. Do you know how tiny and detailed and minute you have to be the seventh page on Google?
Absolutely. I've never been that, so I don't know. I've only been the first page on Google.
Way to answer that question.
I know, right?
No, but anyways, I'm so excited. We're going down to Mexico. I'm going to go to Berlin after Mexico, as I frequently do. But Daniel has been clocked out of blustery, winter, rainy New York City for about a week now. Wouldn't you say?
This whole experience has been really weird for me. I got to be honest. Like, I have had to pack up my house on Fire Island.
Right.
I had to pack up my house in New York City. I had to pack up my office, and I had to figure out what I'm taking to Mexico for the entire winter. I'm only coming back. I know, right?
This is my tiny violin.
Everyone's like so like, oh my God, but you're going to Mexico. It's going to be 85 degrees.
I have to pack up my 4 homes in my office.
85 degrees every day gets very weird.
It does.
Been to Palm Springs for 2 weeks at one point, and I remember after about 5 days, I was like, now I know why people want to do meth.
Well, I mean, it's the same.
You want to black out your windows and sit there and just crank one off for 3 days because it's so weirdly oppressive.
With the AC set to 68.
60 degrees. Yeah. And then just, it's weird. I'm not a big, like, oppressive sun thing. I mean, it's going to be I'm not saying that I'm not blessed and I haven't chosen all of this, but I'm just saying that it's going to be an adjustment. I can feel it because I've been down there for 3 weeks and it gets weird.
Yeah.
You know,
but you bought that wonderful like Beetle, so you're going to be tooling around, checking out different communities, which will be nice.
It's going to be different now because I have a little bit more. Also, we have Eric Wetz, who's going to be working for us, who's going to be down there. He and his boyfriend Brian are moving down there.
I suggest yoga in the morning. It's a nice.
I always go to the gym, but the gym doesn't open. It opens at. This is so not interesting, but we'll cut everything.
Using those superlatives, always go to the gym.
No, when I'm down there, when you're not there, I go to the gym.
I see. It's behind my back you're using the gym.
No, the month that I spent down there, I went to the gym every day pretty much. But the problem is that like off season, which is I'm going down there in off season, it's still rainy down there. The gym doesn't open till 9. And then it's only in high season in November. And I'd already left at 7. And I want to go at 7. It's so hot at 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a 7 to 9 thing or like a 4 to 6.
7 to 9, like you go to the gym for 2 hours, please, girl. All right, wait a minute. 15 minutes working out, an hour and 45 minutes in the sauna and steam room, cranking one off, trying to,
Honey, I have forearms like cinder blocks.
I've seen you work. Your cock is like the snake in the Jungle Book.
You ever watch those Instagram videos where they're making hard candy?
Just
and it's just winding this glob. But no, I get your point because it's it reminds me. Okay, so we're gonna try and promote Zipolite. It is wonderful, and if you're going there for a vacation, it's
People
fine.
love that.
But when you're working on a project like ours and you're just down there actually working like for 3 months, it gets a little. It reminds me of when I was doing, not doing, but living in Los Angeles, and I would say you get sun dumb, right? So there's like you lose this spontaneity when it's not like windy or cold or rainy or something like this, you know?
Yeah, I have a hard time. Sun is not like my friend. You're absolutely right. I get very it tires me out. Like, other people are like, I'm solar powered, and I'm like, I'm not solar powered. I'm a Seattle girl. I should have been
You
born
got
and raised in
enough
Seattle.
D3 for everyone.
Last night, it's rainy season right now in New York, and it's like, well, I guess they don't call it rainy season. I guess they call it fall here, but I slept with my window open. It was cold and rainy. This nor'easter that everyone's so tired. Nothing. It was nothing. But I kept my window open. The cold air was coming in. And when I went outside, I was like, this is like what would the world would be like if it was just air conditioned. Like if you went, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it's incredible. Zipolite
I sleep with the window open every night.
But people love the hot, like sun. And that's why you build a resort in a place like that.
Well, in 5 years, you're not going to be able to go anywhere where it's in hot and sunny. So,
Well, and then it'll be like 100 degrees in Zipolite. But for right now, I can't wait. I'm opening a restaurant that Adam named Zip 66.
I love that you loved that name.
I loved it.
Because you came to me with like this, I want to have like a Mexican version of like a Highway 50s diner. And it's very, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
No, it was inspired. And what happened is I put it in the hopper. And then I went out with some friends, and I was like, all right, we have these names. Sam has an idea, Adam has an idea, I have an idea. But I ran it, and two friends on a walk in the sunken forest on Fire Island, they were like, oh my God, Zip 66. And I was like, okay.
I love it. Great.
So then I was like,
I love
okay.
that you call hanging out with friends when you're like having a rum punch in bed with your dog.
No, I go for walks every morning in Cherry Grove with my good friend Peggy Sampson. And, well, I go more often than not.
Great.
She's the best. But I also go with Stella mainly. Stella's my main girl.
Incredible.
Which she actually brought me today. Can I get a preview listen of Trigger Warning?
Speaking of going down to Mexico, it's going to be Stella's birthday, and she's going down, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the 20th anniversary of her 50th. We're celebrating in December. We're doing a whole week of a lot of Cherry Grove people are coming for Stella's birthday. I can't wait. I'm really excited. Taylor's coming down. Stella's the best.
Gatos años 60.
Yeah, she's excited about it. I'm excited.
Cat years
about it.
70. I was a lesbian.
Yeah, but it's just super exciting because what's great about, I will say, is even though I'm a little bit nervous to go down there and I'm going to be alone a lot, which is kind of weird because I'm not used to that here. I'm just constantly inundated by people. I'm really excited because I'm starting to have friends that are going to just I bought a ticket, I'm coming down.
Yeah.
Or these cute guys.
It's also high season, so all the cute boys that are now, because it is really catching on Zipolite.
Oh
so,
my God, it's blowing up.
All these hot Toronto and Chicago and LA boys and everybody coming down.
I haven't seen hot Toronto yet. I can't wait. But I've seen the hot LA.
They have social medicine, so they'll have all their teeth.
I have seen a lot of hot LA, I have to say. The LA guys are really intimidating.
I mean, that's all they have, though, right? Listen, the best way to make sure that an LA guy isn't intimidating is to have an intellectual conversation.
Or just ask him, hey, what have you read recently?
Yeah.
And they're like, TikTok.
Yeah, and you're done. You're good. You feel better about yourself.
You
don't even have to demean them. That wasn't a joke to demean them. It's just, it's like the audible version of imagine everyone in their underwear.
I actually had lunch today with my goddaughter, Stella, a different Stella than the Stella that's turning 70. My goddaughter Stella's 18 and now going to Wake Forest, which parenthetically Drew Drogi went to, who was our guest last week. Stella and I had lunch today, and I said to her, I don't know her really. Last time I saw her really spent time with her, she was 12. She came to Fire Island, and now she's a woman, and it was so weird,
And she was beautiful young
serving
woman at that.
really Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
But she didn't have the bazumbas yet of Sydney Sweeney, but I think she's going to get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were talking, and I said, it was a great lunch, but I was really nervous going into it because I was like, what are we going to talk about for an hour and a half? So I said to her, what do you watch on TV? And she goes, I watch TikTok.
Oh, no.
But she also was really aware. She's like, I'm kind of embarrassed, but I just watch TikTok.
Yeah.
And she named 3 things on TikTok that I'd never heard of. Yeah. And I was like, wow,
She could have named 13 things. I wouldn't have heard of them.
It was weird, but I thought, well, at least this is a glimpse into what the young people are doing.
Yeah.
They're not watching television like we watch television. She said,
But I mean,
just
also
don't-
like television died, right? There's no cable anymore. Like you can't trust Fox News.
No, but they're streaming. But she doesn't even watch streaming. She's 18 years or 19 maybe years old, going to Wake Forest with a ton of people in her class, and they don't know what 30 Rock is. They don't know. They don't know from all of the shows that are they don't know.
They don't know a show that went off the air before they were born. I'm shook.
Well, I know about All in the Family. It went off the. Well, no, right.
It was in syndication. That's what I mean, though. Like television and streaming, I feel like it's like morphed, right? Like streaming is not like just turning on the television. Like you would stay home sick from school and you put on the TV and it's like Price is Right. And then like after Price is Right, which would be current, would be like Monty Hall reruns. Let's make a deal from the 70s, you know?
But
So
I
like,
also want to know about stuff. So I would look back on things like.
well, and that's the key.
That's
like,
the key things on
TikTok
online.
ruins the crave for knowledge.
There's really no interest, and I have to say, like I love her, and she was really great because I said to her, "You don't know about Thelma and Louise, like a feminist film,
Really?
And she
That
was like-
shocks me.
And she got
And
on her
you
phone.
hate when people say that to you.
Yeah. Well, no, I hate when people say, "You've never seen Private Benjamin." Like, you've never seen thing? Because I lost a lot of, so the 5 years I was in Berlin, I missed like this weird cultural gap where it was in the 90s and there were a lot of people that
Boom
saw
in
a lot
movies in the 90s.
Yeah. And I didn't know about a lot of things. So people go, "You've never seen Plane, Trains, and Automobiles?" So what I did was I made a note.
John
I watched it this week because of the John Candy documentary.
Did you watch the John
which
Candy
you
doc-
talked about.
I Like Me, the John Candy documentary. Did you watch it?
I did, of course.
Did you like it? I thought it was so
Of
wonderful.
course.
But he, for instance, like you said, you were in Berlin, like right wall falling, you know.
90 to 95.
Yeah. And that was literally like the John Candy, John Hughes era.
I'm watching Uncle Buck right now. Oh. And I didn't even know he was in these movies. I didn't know anything about the guy. I was just like, he was just like a fat, funny guy. I thought of SNL. I don't even know.
Have you gotten to the scene where he meets the school principal yet?
Yes.
Hi,
He's like, I don't want to
Buck
know.
melanoma.
Yeah, exactly. That rat should chew the wart off your face.
I don't want to know a child that isn't a dreamer.
It was beautiful. And I have to say, I also watched Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. And the thing was, everyone talked
heartbreaking,
about how he was a great actor. I will say the moment when I thought he's a great actor is when Steve Martin was, I'm getting a little, talks about how no one likes him and like he's an awful guy. But they mainly shoot his face
And
as
you
he's
can
getting these
see the actual
insults.
hurt, you know?
I have to say that was pretty incredible.
He was such a phenomenal actor.
And I just didn't get it because, like, John Candy to me was just like a fat, funny man that I thought I got him mixed up with Chris Farley. I
He
got to be
fits in that
honest.
Farley, Goodman,
I just thought he was. I thought he was
Belushi.
Farley.
Yeah.
And then I watched the documentary. I also watched the Martin Sheen one, which really made me want to mainline. I thought if he can make it through, then why am I cutting my usage down? I'm serious. I thought, Jesus Christ, he looks okay.
There's always stopping, but, you know, you got to do it after starting.
Sean Penn in that documentary is so fucking hot, yet so fucking haggard.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, the Martin Sheen documentary? The thing about Sean Penn is if he wasn't Sean Penn and famous, you would just be like, oh my God, dude, you really, I've had like the hard life.
Yeah. Especially if you've known him that long, you know, like if you've known him for the 40 years.
But
and
you
you're
just
like,
know
man,
this
you
is
were
fucking-
smoking hot. What the fuck happened to you? But because he's an actor, you're like,
And because he's so principled.
yeah.
And you also just know that he's carrying this hog between his legs that you're just like, okay,
think?
I do. I think Sean Penn is like,
Sean Penn's?
I have this thing.
I think he's got sore hips, huh?
I do. I think Sean Penn is fucking like got a fucking giant cock. I really
Small
do.
of his back's killing him.
I know. There's something about the guy. I have a really good Sean Penn story with Margaret Cho that I can't really.
Is it a
told
sex
it?
tape?
No, Margaret Cho told me the story about how she was.
You can bleep.
Yeah, Margaret Cho told me the story. She was at some film festival and she said she was at the bar and I think she was still using. I don't know really. And she was talking to Sean Penn and they were hitting it off and stuff like that. And then she said she said he was like, whatever, you want to do some coke or whatever. I remember like the story, but basically he was clearly using something. And then she said she went to bed. She went to bed, got a good night's sleep, got up, and Sean Penn was still up at the bar. He had gone through the entire night at some bar. It must have been in New Orleans or somewhere, right? But where you can stay up all night. It could have been in another country.
Vegas.
Or Vegas. Yeah. But Sean Penn was still up. He is a hard-living fuck.
Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of sore small of your backs, I'm going to bend over and pick up all those names you dropped.
I'm sorry. It's just my life. We're here in the basement of the cockpit. There was so much cock down here this weekend.
Our cleaning crew has white knuckles and raw paws.
There you go. Well, speaking of so much cock, we had an opportunity to speak with one of the kindest. Okay, this is the first thing. Besides super talented, but that kind of goes without saying when you have an Obie winner, a Pulitzer Prize winner. Why isn't an Obie winner over an Obie Award but a Pulitzer Prize? I don't know. That we'll ask our guest. We had a Tony winner. We're talking Quills. We're talking I Am My Own Wife. We're talking Grey Gardens on Broadway, and a play that you went to London to see, and I went to Chicago to see.
Yeah, we flew to see it.
So we had an opportunity to talk with one of my favorite people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him to the microphone, Doug Wright.
Hey, thank you, gentlemen.
So happy you're here. So much to talk about one show.
Yes, exactly. Now, we're going to ask you to lean in, or bring him up a little bit. I want to make sure, because he's got a very sonorous.
Very good.
There we go.
Good.
Very good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Doug, I'm so excited that you said yes.
Oh, no, I'm so flattered. And when I hear what went on in this room just scant hours ago, I'm downright titillated.
Do you already not remember it?
I'm just waking up.
It's a long Indigenous Peoples weekend.
So I know you get asked to do a lot of podcast interviews and such, but is this the first one you've done in a sex club?
You know, I honestly have to say yes. Which
Also, the first one he said yes to.
Yeah, exactly, right? Do you do a lot of podcasts?
You know, I've done a fair number on and off when I have a show up, usually.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So is Sean Hayes as difficult? No, I'm kidding. I love Sean Hayes, by the way. Well, we have so much to talk about with your career, but first of all, I just want to say I agree. I mean what I said, which is you're just one of the kindest, sweetest.
He agrees with himself. It's
smart. I agree with myself. Yeah, I have to say I'm really right on with my opinion. And we happen to be a fan of the same person who you're going to see tomorrow night, Dina Martina at the Carlisle.
Oh, and she is sublime. And I know you've been working with her for a while to great
it's been
effect.
Like 12 years now, yeah.
No, it's extraordinary. And now talk about like Tony venues.
I know, right?
The Carlisle.
So now is Sean as difficult as Dina Martina?
No, the terrible thing is there's no great dirt on Sean because he is in fact so pathologically lovely. And he was a great team leader. He was wonderful with the rest of the cast. He was generous. He shared laughs. He helped everyone build their moments in the show. And he's truly as extraordinary as you'd want him to.
And the physicalization. So I went to Chicago before the show came to New York, and I was like, I just thought it would be really fun to go there and see it. And it was really great because you don't know the city. You're kind of trying to figure it out. I don't know Chicago. And I had such a great time in Chicago in general, but then I went to this show, and Sean Hayes, who it's really easy to, brilliant comedian, right? But it's really easy to underestimate his ability as a sort of straight actor, right?
Yeah.
Because he's such a buffoon in Will of Grace. And I'm talking the best kind of buffoon.
Sure.
Well, and I don't think there's a lot of people in general population, for instance, that know how talented Sean is and what he did before Will and Grace. So they just see Just Jack, and they kind of write him off as that. And he's been in Broadway pit orchestras forever, has been a classically trained pianist and a wonderful working one
that I saw actually. I went to see that as well, the Burt Bacharach musical with Kristen Chenoweth. I can't remember. Promises.
Yes.
You know, besides being a podcaster.
But in Goodnight Oscar, you never, at least for myself, I didn't even have to suspend belief or anything. You never once think, oh, this gay guy is playing this straight married guy. I don't buy it.
Right.
He literally plays a wonderfully idiosyncratic genius extremely well.
Totally. Well, I only hope his podcast, Smart List, becomes as popular as this one. And then
those three boys can hope, but I think they're onto something. I don't want to put too much wind in their sails.
So, Doug, we first met, I think, at New York Theater Workshop, if I'm not mistaken.
Weren't you like just a baby? You were an intern. I can't believe it.
During the Rent period, meaning the musical Rent. Yeah.
Like khakis and blazers?
Yeah, no, right, exactly.
Like a page?
I literally was a page boy, but I worked there as an intern. I actually just saw Jim Nicola 2 days ago at West Bank Cafe, and he was like, this is really touching. He considers me one of the success stories. Because how many people go through New York Theater Workshop and then they just sort of, I'm the weird success story, but to them I'm the success story.
Oh, no, please. You're like the king of gay New York
you're
nightlife.
sweet, you're sweet.
That's formidable.
There it is.
That's all us gays want to claim you as one of our successful graduates.
Oh, please. Well, you though, like at that time, Quills was at New York Theater Workshop, right?
Yep. Right before Rent, we were the little play they did before that big musical.
Yeah, totally. And then it kind of, your career pretty much took off. And I know for you, probably it seemed like, but for me, I just sort of watched it happening. First of all, Grey Gardens.
Yeah, that was a
So good.
wonderful moment.
All right,
yeah.
so who was crazier? Because I worked with both of them, and I love both of them. Patty or Christine?
You know, the secret was working with both of them at the same time because they
Both
they
are crazy. Couldn't compare.
No, they tempered each other in remarkable, wonderful, beautiful ways. And truthfully, I would take a bullet for either one of them.
I love both of them.
Yeah, they're both
But Christine's
brilliant.
crazy.
Well, Christine is idiosyncratic, I would say, but so was Edie Beale. So it was a marriage made in heaven.
That's true. And Patty's crazy. Like, they're all crazy. Let's just, actually, a blanket, let's just say most of these people in this world, there's a certain amount of crazy that belongs when you have to go out on stage every night and be this larger than life thing.
I think also getting to that point in their career as a female, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
not to write it off. I think you got to be a
Especially
little,
Patty. She's
little-
got balls.
Yeah.
little tough, little detail-oriented,
Yeah,
little, here's my space, and I'm holding it for myself.
Well, when
And
we,
they're both relentlessly tough, but they're tough on behalf of the material. And they're tough on behalf of making it a better show.
Which I bet you appreciate immensely.
Yeah, I mean, they're your best allies in rehearsal because they're fighting for the text at every minute. And so, truthfully, I know Patty has this fabled larger-than-life reputation, but I thought she was just fucking delightful.
We had her out on Fire Island. I've met her before and hung out with her before, but we had her out on Fire Island. And first of all, she sent me the sweetest text when she left. She goes, Daniel, you were amazing, and your team is so handsome. Like, and Adam has this story though.
Okay, so I've told it before on the podcast, but I like telling it to everyone I can tell it to. Little gay boy from Ohio. So she calls, she's in her house, and she calls over to Daniel. Hey, can I get 2 beach chairs? We'd like to go down to the beach tomorrow and enjoy a day, blah, blah. So
is
he
on
goes,
Fire Island.
He goes, hey, Patty needs 2 beach chairs. I said, I'm on it. So we go to this little store behind the Ice Palace called Puff and Drag, and they rent beach chairs. And I said, I need 2 of your finest beach chairs, like no marks, no scuffs, no tears, nothing. And he goes, oh, okay, absolutely. I said, it's for Patty fucking LaPone. He goes, hold on. Takes 2 fresh ones, like out of the saran wrap and everything. And I grab him and I walk down to the house that she's staying at. And I can look through the sliding doors and she's on the phone. And she's like, oh, come in. She's waiting me to come in. And I like slide the door open. And I'm like, these are just your beach chairs. Here. She puts the phone up. She goes, my God, you're gorgeous. And I was just, I'm done.
Yeah, finished. Yeah.
She was really into the guys and how attractive they were. Christine,
brilliant.
however, was more into anti-vaxxing, which at the time didn't seem so controversial or weird. She just seemed like some crazy person who didn't like. She and I got kind of close for a while there, and I really did still adore her. But anyway, enough about those two. Of the 3 awards, the Obie, the Pulitzer, or the Tony, which one meant the most?
Oh, my God. On all honesty, they're all great, but you also have to keep them in a certain perspective. Like, it means that there was one fleeting moment in time where a number of exciting people thought you might be good at what you did, but that's about all they are. And I'm grateful for them enormously, but you can't put too much stock in them or it's too terrifying to face the blank page again.
Right.
But I would say, the Obie was really meaningful to me because I was 35 years old and I'd been working in New York theater for 10 years and felt like I couldn't make a dent. And it was the first time I felt a resounding welcome from the community.
Right.
And the other 2 were incredible, but the Obies felt like the first time I was included and invited to the party, and that was meaningful.
I can understand that. Yeah. I feel like New York is a hard nut to crack in
very
almost
much
every milieu.
Yeah.
We know so many people in the entertainment industry, and that's such a similar answer from a caliber and above of like people that like, that's not what I do it for. It's nice to be welcomed by my peers, but like the awards are, yes, it's wonderful to win. I'm not going to write it off, but it's just, I'm happy to hear that.
Has Jonathan, who canceled on us, Jonathan Groff, who canceled on us, I just want to say that twice.
Yeah.
Has he, he's going to do it in the next one, but has he ever won? He's won the Tony, right?
He's got 2, I believe.
2 Tonys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smell her.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I think
You
he's
can wear them as earrings.
The
Now that
moment-
you know he's a top, I'm just
He may
shocked.
may only have one, but
He
I
may
don't
only
know.
have one. Okay, well, one's enough.
The moment that really reminded me of how much stock to put in some of this stuff was I was up for a Golden Globe Award one year.
Oh, wow, for
And
what?
it was for the screenplay to Quills.
Quills, yeah.
And so I got this amazing tuxedo in the mail from Issey Miyake's people.
Did it fit?
It was fantastic. So I put it in the closet. I was all excited. And unfortunately, it was a little too late for me to wear it to the Golden Globe. So I alerted them. And they said, oh, don't worry. When you get nominated for a Golden Globe, there's another little award ceremony that's even more prestigious, and chances are you're going to get nominated for that too. So you just keep that tuxedo in the closet because you're going to need it again. So the morning comes.
What a kind thing to say.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And so the morning arrives, and they're announcing the Academy Award nominations on television, and it's really early, like 8 a.m. or something. And as
So
fate-
we'd still be up.
you were still dancing and having fabulous sex. But I was watching TV to see what the nominations would be. And as sometimes happens, I didn't, in fact, get an Oscar nomination. And so at 8:03, the phone rings, and I think it's the studio calling to apologize, or it's my mom saying, sorry, Doug. And I pick up the phone, and it's like, hi, this is Grace from Issey Miyake. Can we send a messenger to pick up that tuxedo?
Stop it.
So that puts it all in perspective.
I always thought so.
The body wasn't even cold.
I know. So is stuff always sent back? I thought when things were made
Oh,
for
no,
people.
it's sent back. It's sent back.
Really?
Well, at least at my level. I mean, I'm sure you've had other guests who get to keep it, but not me.
Yeah,
You haven't seen our roster.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell with Alan because he wears such wacky stuff. Like sometimes it would be like a kilt from some person, and so I can't really tell with him. But I mean, I know that they do ask for
I mean,
stuff.
I knew like
I've actually worn something and had to give it back.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
It does, but you don't give someone clothes and then you really want them back. Like it kind of is like the value of an outfit is probably like $40. Well, it depends on if it's like all
What
this.
you and I are wearing? Yeah, 40.
No, but I mean like an
Shit,
actual suit them to make it. Maybe I don't know. So anyway,
I mean, I know you
weird.
send back like the $1 million diamond necklace and like
yeah,
shit like
of
that.
course,
I
of
just
course.
assume if a suit was made for you, I mean, it's a fucking suit.
Well, Reese Witherspoon added in her contract for when she was on Friends that she got to keep all the shoes. She ended up with
Wow.
72 pairs of shoes because of it.
Don't they shoot from like the hips up?
I know. That's what's brilliant about it.
Yeah.
They're like, sure, we don't care. They're not going to the Smithsonian.
It's hilarious.
So what are you
Three
working?
Skechers.
I know, right? What are you working on now? I know you have like usually like 3 projects boiling, right?
Yeah, it's a busy time. I just finished a screenplay for our friends at Amazon for the director Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, love.
And
He
so
did
he's
the one
brilliant.
about drugs, right?
Yes, Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem for a
Yeah,
Dream.
and Black Swan, and he's brilliant.
Can you speak on it?
I can. I mean, he's reading it, so I can't tell you that it's going into production. He has to read it and love it first. So I'm nervous about that. But it's a horror movie, and I actually love horror movies, and it's the first one I've ever been asked to write.
I love horror movies.
It's pretty great, and it's set in the strangest place, the commercial fishing world in Alaska.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds actually really kind of exciting.
Those giant fisher trawlers that, catch 200 tons of pollock and then dice them and slice them and freeze them and have them ready for shipment before they ever go back to port. So they're factories on the water. And we have this hero who's trying to escape his life. And if you want to really check out, get a job on one of those ships because you're there for 8 weeks. No one speaks the same language. There's no phone reception. There's no cell phones, and you are alone.
So you could ostensibly be pushed into one of these things and end up diced and sliced and
Emphatically.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty hair-raising little story, and it was incredibly fun.
I would love to be in a horror movie.
You've been in a horror movie. I've seen you in horror movies before.
I
but
want double R H, no W's. Yeah.
No, this is very exciting.
But I mean, I get the shit scared out of me going to like a childhood, haunted house.
Oh, sure.
Like I can't on set. I'd be like, every time, knowing it's coming, knowing the
Tis
scene.
the season, yeah, totally. You should go to Terror Vault in San Francisco. My friend Peaches Christ, the drag queen.
Oh, sure.
She does this thing called Terror Vault at the Mint, I think it is, and it's like a horror. What is it called? Like a haunted house. So, and there's also one in the There's haunted houses that I really want to go to. There's one you have to sign a waiver that you're not going to sue because people have died.
Oh,
Supposedly.
I've read about that. Yeah.
It's for John Waters because he's really into that director. I can't remember his name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, this director that
Wes Craven.
No, they put buzzers under the seat so that people would get shocks when they were.
John Goodman did a film about
Yeah,
it was called Matinee.
Oh, William Castle was it?
William Castle.
Yeah.
He actually faked someone having a heart attack.
Let's go to trivia night at the bar.
William Castle faked someone having a heart attack at the opening of one of his scary movies that was not very good, and he knew. But then it spread that it was so scary that someone had a heart attack, and I've been waiting to use that. Like,
I love it.
So, what are the other projects? That you can speak of?
Well, I just did, and this is a little sentimental, a little bit corny. It's a beloved classic American musical from 1955, Damn Yankees. We just did a major revival of it down at the Arena Playhouse, and they brought me on to kind of spit shine it and bring it up to date. So I did that with my playwright colleague, Will Power, and it's a big hit down there. So we're hoping to come to Broadway in the fall of 26.
Wow, that would be another Broadway show?
I know, it'd be number 7. I can't believe it.
Good
Now,
Lord.
wait, I was confused. This is the musical, or this is a theatrical version of Damn Yankees is a musical.
It's a musical.
Sit
and
down,
this
you're
is-
rocking the boat.
That's Guys and Dolls.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But this is you got to have heart, maybe whatever
okay.
Lola wants.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets.
Yeah.
With that New York Times article, though, about what's going on Broadway and musicals, is it daunting to come out with a musical right now?
Well, the curious thing, again, I can't claim to have created this show. It's been around for 75 years. So all I really did was give it a new coat of paint.
Got it.
And there's a certain security in that. And I hate to sound cowardly, but it's a proven quantity, that show.
Right.
And so if anything can survive on Broadway, it's something that people have a warm association for and that they already want to see before you've even opened. So I hope it does well. And fortunately, I hate to say this, but I'm not the one forking over the money.
Well, no, 100%. That's what's
Yeah.
great, being in your position. But it is really crazy, the numbers on Broadway right now about musicals. I mean, it's so expensive. I don't know if you saw out in there.
I just bought tickets to Ragtime.
Right?
Outrageous.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I love the show, so I was like, yeah, sure. of course.
I bought tickets to O'Mary, and I've seen O'Mary 5 times now, but Cheyenne's in it now. So I think when I'm back for a week in Thanksgiving week, I thought I want to see Cheyenne, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to ask for house seats or anything. So I just went ahead and bought a ticket. They were started at $389 for a straight play with 5 people in it.
That's the exact number I paid for Ragtime.
$389, and there's
Wow.
So I know they still have to pay the orchestra.
Yeah.
Even though there's no orchestra, because that's the whole. But that's why I love David, the Abominable Showman, David
Merrick.
David Merrick. The book is incredible. The Abominable Showman. Yeah. He was forced to pay for the orchestra, but they would often double dip and do shows across the street. So he made them play until 8:07, so they couldn't double dip because he was like they would just not even show up.
Yeah.
Anyway, David Merrick was incredible. I mean, he was a dragon, but you know.
But he was effective.
Yeah, no,
Not to backtrack, but I have a question because I'm not a writer and I've always wondered this. People talk about like whodunits and horror films and whatnot. Is it true? Do you start with like the solution, like figuring it out, and do you work yourself backwards, or do you kind of write forward, figuring out your twists and turns?
I work both ways. In this particular movie, I knew the ending before I started, which was helpful.
Okay.
And they're also, whenever you're given a relatively blank check to write a new piece, it's a great chance to kind of get in the nooks and corners of your own subconscious and where your own fears live.
Right.
And I have a lot of kind of fantastic sleep disorders. So the movie is in some sense a replication of
It's
a
you on a
typical
fishing
night.
boat.
Basically, yes. No, my husband's waking me up all the time. I had one of those dreams that's common, I think, with playwrights where the lead can't go on and the whole community is panicked. Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to go on with the show? Do we have to return all the tickets? And somebody says, Doug can do it. He wrote the lines. He knows them all.
Okay.
And I bet he fits the costume. And so when my husband shook me awake, I was on my knees in bed with my arms extended toward the air, crying, "It's me, Ursula the Sea Witch." And
That is a fantastic sleep disorder.
Yeah.
so, yeah, he gets to see a lot.
Oh, wow.
I perform for him nightly.
That's so funny. That's so
Yeah.
great. Wow, what a storied career you've had. Like, it's pretty incredible, right? Where are you from again?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
I have family down in Keller.
I know Keller.
Yeah.
Are you from there yourself?
No, we're both from Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
we're both from a small town in Ohio.
Oh, that's
yeah.
incredible.
I know, right? I guess it's not really. I mean,
Well-
it's just I'm proud of Ohio until you hear how they vote.
Well,
great
sure.
place to be from.
Right, exactly. Great
yeah.
place to leave.
Well, Texas too.
Texas too, yeah.
It's in a rough spot right
It
now.
is
With
crazy
this
down there.
Greg Abbott, the governor, and how he's so complicit with our scary president, and the things going on down there are appalling.
Well,
We
I'm about
normally leave politics out of this fucking show.
Well, we never really talk about politics,
this
but
peace in the Middle East bullshit.
no, but we're about to do a huge. I'm opening a place in Mexico right now in Zipolite, which is on the Oaxacan coast with Adam, and I'm actually tomorrow morning. We're leaving in 24 hours. We're going to be sitting on the beach in Mexico.
You are everywhere. This
Absolutely.
is amazing.
Oh no, I'm basically moving there for the winter. So you're it in terms of we're going to be doing them remotely, but yeah. So I'm
You
done.
have figured out the way to get through this life, my friend.
I realized years ago I can't afford a lot of the things, so I have to do like Buskman's Holiday kind of things where I have to work.
Oh, but you do it expertly.
It's like Fire Island. I don't own a house there,
No.
but yet I live like a king out there. Like in other people, I'm like kind of like always like I should get a house, but it's a great life. But we're going down there tomorrow. We're opening a club on February 1st down there, and then a hotel, and I bought a little farm and. I bought the farm, as they say, and I'm and we're going down there. I'm going to oversee it all winter. But the point of it is Dallas has a direct flight. Chicago has a direct flight, and Toronto has a direct flight. So
Los Angeles has a direct
Angeles. So basically, I'm going to be spending my winter figuring out how to market to Dallas gays, Chicago gays, Toronto gays.
Brilliant.
They're all bizarre gays, though. I got to be honest. Toronto gays are bizarre gays.
But it's a bizarre place. Zipolite's quirky.
Have you ever been?
Never. I don't even know where it is.
It's on the Oaxacan coast. It's
300 miles or 480 kilometers west of the Guatemalan border on the Pacific boot of Mexico.
It's the new Oaxacan Riviera. They're calling it.
Yeah, the Oaxacan Riviera.
Oh my
It's
God.
exploding down there. Oaxaca's like this poor state, and
It's the home of mezcal, chocolate.
yeah, it's pretty incredible. Yeah. So anyway, I bought some property down there and decided to start building down there because it's very super LGBT friendly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's amazing because you say, you do the busman's holiday and you do like the poor man's way of like living your life, but what you're marketing is largely recreation and pleasure. So when that's the very core of your business model, I mean, to have to sort of coast on the tails of that, that's fantastic.
Well,
It's just like rewriting damn Yankees.
Right, exactly. I often say my business is pleasure, right? So it's like you have to be really careful though, because you can go down the stony end, as Barbara Streisand says. So you have to be really careful. I've lost a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I've lost some friends to like drugs and drinking, and it's a hard lifestyle. So Mexico's kind of where I go to recalibrate. When we go down there, Adam's been with me almost every trip I've gone. We go to bed at like I'm not even kidding. 8, 9
o'clock.
Well, I go to bed earlier. He crawls in like a fucking skank.
I forgot my keys.
Last time he spent, I'm not even kidding, 24 hours on the bathroom floor.
I
He
did.
had heat stroke.
So we had like this, two white boys from, Ohio. We had decided that it was a great idea to have this like 12-hour meeting with our structural engineer, our
Engineer, our arborist. I have an arborist. Well, because my
Arborist.
Milner was busy. So
we
I
have
think
a staff architect, our contractor.
Wow.
And it was great.
down there, I can actually afford things.
We're like slamming bottles of water, having guacamole, and I thought I was drinking enough water, and it must have been 100 degrees Fahrenheit, if not more.
It was crazy, especially under the palapa that we were in.
Yeah, and then after like I don't know, it probably hit like 6 o'clock at night, right? And I was just like, oh God, I don't know. And then like not to gross everyone out, but like both ends. And then I was like laying in bed, and it was like every 15 minutes.
Oh, brutal.
And for a whole day.
Josh will cut that both ends part in post. We'll cut it in post.
I wish I could cut the both ends part. It was horrendous. And then I was fine. I was drinking like Pedialyte. We were at the airport. I was good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's intense because it's very hot there. It's never below like 70 degrees. And during the day, that's at night. And during the day, it's always 85, 83. So it's kind of wild. But anyway, we're going to eventually do something. We'll have you down there because I'm going to, once I hit it, I'm going to have everyone. Dean is even coming.
Oh, brilliant.
She won't perform.
No?
No, she
Why
won't
not?
perform, but she'll come because my 60th is coming up.
And just to clear the air from the beginning of the podcast, I love working with Grady. That was just a joke.
Of course. No, we all know great.
We can't say that name.
I
cover
love working with
Dina.
Dina.
Dina's the best. By the way, I will say this about Dina, who's notoriously particular about what she does. I was talking about the podcast the other day, and we were chatting on the phone, which we often do, and I said something about the podcast, and I said, I would ask you, but, you're never going to do it. And she's like, I would do it.
What?
I literally was like,
I would have
what?
dropped the phone.
Wow.
She's like, with you, I would do it. Because Dina doesn't do she turns down a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Dina do an interview.
She does them written usually, but this one we would do it. We're going to do it for Thanksgiving week, I think.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, Doug, we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with Doug some more, and we're going to talk to Doug about his trigger.
Sounds good.
What triggers Doug Wright?
And you know what? I never leave home without leaving at home? My Clona Willy.
I love Clona Willy. They've been a lifesaver. They've sponsored the underwear party now, I think probably 10 years. They always send me a box of them. I always love to give them out. Clona Willy you can literally make the exact replica of your cock.
When substitution and imitation won't do.
But seriously, contact Clona Willy. Go to clonawilly.com. Use the code trigger warning for, some money off, I'm assuming.
Got 10 inches? We got 10% off. Trigger warning at Clona Willy.
And you're back here at Trigger Warning. My name is Daniel Nardicio.
And I'm Adam Meadhammer Klesh.
We're here with Doug Wright, just the swellest guy.
Swell's such a good term for damn Yankees. Wasn't he swell?
Wasn't he swell? I just love Doug. I've always loved Doug. I think Doug is one of the kindest. But you know what? There's so many. We could cut this because I already said it. But when you work in the biz, and I work in the biz, but we've never worked together. There's so many. Seth Rudetsky. There's so many people. It's like, when you just want to start shouting out their names, where you're just not my people.
Feel free to give us 5 minutes. That
Seth Rudetsky is a dick, okay? Kathy and Jimmy is a dick.
He tried to hijack. Seth tried to hijack our. We do like basically a Broadway or a superstar icon series is what we call it on Fire Island, and Daniel kind of went to him in a very kind way and said, "Hey, we need help."
Because they didn't want him in Provincetown anymore. So then I thought, he came to me and was like, "I want to work with you." And then he started to hijack the shows, and then he started doing this thing where he was like, "Cheetahs wants to make sure that the pictures of me and Cheetah in the poster." I was like, I went to Rosie, who's like one of my besties. I just said, she's the reason I went to West Bank, and she was like, "No."
No,
I shouldn't say that.
Never happened.
But I don't want to toss her under the bus. But anyway, my point is, and then he started this whole thing, and then anyway, long story
just
short,
bleep all the names.
just
get it.
beep, beep, beep. It'd just be like, it will sound like
Cheetah.
Cheetah. I love me some Cheetah. Cheetah. That was one of the best.
She did her last live show with us.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
So, you know what triggers me
What triggers you, Dan?
is a lack of preparation on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine.
Okay, you weren't speaking directly to me. It was the you
No,
understood.
no. I cannot stand it when people all of a sudden are not prepared. If it may be a press article where they write something and they decide they're going to do something, we do an interview, and then they write me and they go, "Hey, we need a press photo. We need it in an hour." And I'm like thinking I'm out and about running around. I'm like, that was not an emergency on my part.
Exactly.
Like all of a sudden your stress is like trying to get to me. I'm about to be 60. You both are younger. No?
I'm far your senior. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
6'2".
Oh, okay. So there's a point now I'm reaching where I don't know if this happened to you, Doug, but where I just don't fucking care if your life is on fire because you waited an hour before, but you also want the press. So it's like you're in this real conundrum. But the point is, I'm just getting to a point where my trigger is a lack of preparation on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. So get your shit together and stop screaming at me.
Couldn't agree more.
Like, I need this. It's like I have as Robin Camille, my dear departed friend, used to say, my shit is not raggedy. And
I don't mind a reminder, but 18 panic text messages in the same day, if I haven't gotten back to you, obviously I have something going on.
Sure.
And you should have prepared for whatever you need 18 messages worth of.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, Adam, before we go to Doug, so give Doug a chance to, are you ready, Doug?
Oh, anytime.
Locked and loaded. I love this. Well, he's a writer, of course. He's probably been quilling this.
Oh, dear.
Well, I'm going to go first. I don't even want to flip a coin because I want our guest to close it out because you'll probably be far more interesting than me.
I don't know about that.
So this recently happened to me, and I always felt bad that it happened, period, but it had never happened to me. I had a fucking Amazon package stolen from my front door, and it triggers the fuck out of me. Thievery of something. First of all, you're waiting forever. Amazon said they were going to deliver it on Saturday. They didn't. I didn't realize they were delivering Sunday because of Indigenous Peoples Day. So I already had a day planned. They sent me a photo of it outside my door. I was here in the cockpit setting up for an event. So there was no way I was getting back uptown.
Oh, your door here in the building.
No, my door up in Harlem.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
She has 2 doors.
Yeah, I have 2 doors. I have several doors.
And she was supposedly expelling from both of them when she got sick.
The sun
Anyway.
was up. No, but like they sent me a picture. I thought, oh, okay, great. The package is here. And then I get home and it's gone. And like,
Yeah, that
I don't have a
sucks.
ring camera or anything like that. I was just like, fucking hell. Like
That sucks.
thievery. That's my
Well,
trigger
I
warning.
will say this. I ordered the new Amazon 17. I don't know these numbers. They're always like, what phone is yours? I don't know what my fucking phone
an
is. I
i-
barely
it's
can
an
remember how
iPhone.
old I am.
It's
So
an
I ordered
iPhone
it's an
17,
iPhone
not an
17.
Amazon
17. See what I mean?
Oh, my
I'm a
God.
neo-Luddite. But anyway, the phone arrives. Taylor gets it because I was in Key West 2 weeks ago. I go upstairs. I get the box. I feel like, oh, my God, it's awfully light. And I go to open it, and there's no phone. They had packed it without a phone. And then 2 weeks of me calling Apple, and they're going, we're going to do our thing. We're going to do our thing. And I never got a phone. And the whole thing was I have the new ear pods that translate live.
AirPods?
AirPods, thank you very much.
Both from Amazon. You're doing great. Yeah.
That translate live, AI. So if you speak in Spanish, they're noise canceling. I would hear you in English.
That's
I was so
unbelievable.
excited with the new phone, and I never got the new phone because they basically said, we're sending it, we're
Is
sending
there
it.
still no resolution to that?
No. Well, I got my money back.
Crazy.
Oh, you got your money back. Okay. So
Anyway.
you can buy another phone.
That was my whole story. I didn't mean to interlope.
I'm trying to get my
anyway,
money back from Amazon, and I don't think it's going to happen. But thank God, and this isn't a plug. No, we'll just bleep it out, or I won't say it. There is a bank I use, and our businesses use, that they give you like there's a certain little thing on the back of the credit card that lets you know you're in a club above. Infinite or signature. You can beep those out. I don't give a fuck.
Never heard of this.
Yeah, so on the back of your card, it'll say Infinite or Signature, and they will basically cover what any big corporation won't cover. It's Chase Bank. I don't give a fuck. I love working with them, so we can promote them. Whatever.
All right. So now,
Enough
without
about our
further ado,
woes.
this is so exciting. We're going to put a lot of pressure on it.
I know.
This
We
is
have
so
a
exciting.
Tony Award winner who has
Pulitzer.
Pulitzer.
And why isn't that Pulitzer? Isn't it Pulitzer?
I think it's Pulitzer.
I think it's Pulitzer.
Yeah, Pulitzer.
See,
Like-
I've always heard it as Pulitzer, but
well, it's
then,
not Bill Pullman. It's Bill Pullman.
But I remember the word puerile, which I use a lot. But then I heard Oprah say, and Alec Baldwin say, puerile. And I thought, what is wrong with you people?
they were on a
Anyway.
Mexican beach.
Anyway, all right. Without further ado, Doug Wright's trigger.
All right, here we go. So I'm 62 years old, and I've been doing this theater thing for 40 years, and I still cannot handle reviews. And I'll say a little about that, then I'll go on to the triggering part. As a playwright, you're carving out this piece of your heart, and you're holding it up to 1,200 people in the dark, and you're saying, "Do you feel this way? Have you ever had this experience? Aren't we all living together in the same big human sphere?" And you're praying that they say yes to you. And on the other side, so you're very humble on one hand and very needy. And on the other side, you're saying, "I'm going to talk for the next 2 hours. You're going to sit quietly in a seat and watch, and you're going to pay $300 for the privilege." So there's incredible...
389.
You got 389
$389.
before processing and handling.
So as a playwright, you are innately a mixture of vulnerability and absolute arrogance. And how can any critic satisfy that personality type? But so I strenuously avoid them. And my husband has all of the theater chat rooms on parental control on my computer, so I can't access them.
So smart.
And I literally
That's amazing.
don't
That's so amazing.
read my own reviews. And so what really, really triggers me is after a show opens and well-meaning fans and friends call me up and say, "I really enjoyed the show. I didn't think it was the most indulgent place as blank."
I
Or,
didn't see that coming.
I thought that your lead was great. I wouldn't call it a stillborn performance. And so
For a writer, you really had me going there.
But so all these well-meaning people that are calling to console you about what may have been a mixed or bad review wind up quoting the entire thing to you when all you've done is assiduously avoid it at all
All of
costs.
Mr.
This
Wright's
might
close
be
friends
the-
and acquaintances better be fucking listening.
This might be the best trigger yet. Because I can
absolutely.
relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate. And I'm not even getting into that echelon, but people will read things about me and they come up and they go, "You're not an AIDS peddler." and then
And
you
you're
go,
not 55.
Yeah, exactly. You're not 55 anymore. No, and then I go, get on my phone and I Google AIDS peddler, Daniel Nardicio, and amazingly, so much comes up. Anyway.
I remember when we first started working together 1,000 years ago, and the New York Post, it was either the Post or the Daily, whatever it was, and they called you New York City's #1 sex peddler.
That's sort of
Smut peddler or sex peddler? I don't
I
want to
put that
misquote
on a T-shirt.
You know, my favorite one of my. So we're talking about winning the awards. I've
Yeah.
gotten the really low level awards, but you know what I will say that was really great was being in the highbrow lowbrow part of New York Magazine. That was really kind of a moment. I was, of course, in the lowbrow highbrow when I had Liza and Alan at Town Hall.
Oh, brilliant!
It said
Just
something about
brilliant.
him. He throws away his panties, or something about like to
I mean,
the
that
show.
review was terrible. And we all called him and said, listen, we thought the show was worth doing.
Doug, I love you. I'm so excited you're going to see Dina tomorrow. I'm so bummed I'm not going to. That is the best trigger because I think most people who have done anything in life, even when you break up with someone,
Sure.
and then or someone breaks up with you, and then you run into a friend and they go, I saw Chris. And you're like, oh, get ready.
Yeah.
Like, he looks really good.
Oh,
Jesus!
I hate when people tell you they ran into your ex. Like,
Never
fuck
good.
up.
Never
Like,
good.
keep it to yourself. And they're like, oh, and we were talking about you. I was like, why are you talking to my ex about me? And why are you talking to me about my experience or your experience with my ex?
Exactly. The point of it is what is it?
Don't talk to me. That's the point.
Brevity is the soul of wit. No, that's not really it. But less is more.
Less is more. Absolutely.
Just like you don't have to say everything, right?
Yeah.
But have you had a lot of bad reviews?
Oh man, you can't be in this profession and not have your share. Right. So I absolutely, yeah. And I'm lucky that usually the nice ones slightly outweigh the bad, but everybody in this field has stacks.
Well,
Doug, I love you.
it
Love you
has
too.
been incredible. Thank you so much.
gents. Yes, and enjoy Mexico.
We shall.
We will. All right, that was Doug Wright. Thank you guys for listening. That was Trigger Warning.
Like and subscribe everywhere you
and
find your
subscribe.
podcasts.
Trigger Warning, hosted by Daniel Nardicio and Adam Meathammer Klesh, is a Pride House Media production and produced by Josh Rosenzweig. Please note the views reflected in this podcast do not represent the views of Red Eye, the Ice Palace, or any of its subsidiaries. And any reference to scat, shrimping, upper deckers, skanks, masturbating, rump riding, wolf bagging, Cleveland steamers, jiggly puffing, rusty trombones, Cosby sweaters, Mexican pancakes, and Alabama hot pockets are the views of Mr. Nardicio, Mr. Klesh, and his listeners, not the establishment. If you are offended, please seek immediate psychiatric attention. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And while you're there, leave us a rating and review. It really helps others discover the show. And if you didn't enjoy this episode, don't tell anyone. Stay connected and join the conversation by following us on Trigger Warning Podcast.
And you can send us your questions or hate mail to triggered@triggerwarning.com.